Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location right now as you are watching me. I want to say big thank you to every one of you. I want to say thank you for what you do on this on my channel, and in fact, your like, your share, your comments. I appreciate every bit of it. I say God bless you for always standing by. Thank you so much, my correct people. So today's gist, in fact, when I heard this one, I was like, wow, 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 this is a welcome development. And not just a welcome development, this is a real true honor and, respect, to also prove that Kabiyesi is actually representing his people, that is the Yoruba people. Okay, he's actually representing them not just as a king but as their spiritual leader, because if you want to see recently the way Kabiyesi is being given different recognition in different countries, different quarters. Okay, Kabiyesi has represented Africa in Asania. Kabiyesi has been given as an award, okay, as the chief spiritual head of all the Yoruba race. And of course, so many, even though we know that has been his position. Yes, any Ooni of Ife happens to be the spiritual leader of the Yoruba people all over the globe. So now, with that deep recognition and that position that he has maintained, or that he's maintaining over the years, they said now a particular prince from South Carolina in America has stormed the palace. Like, will be his very first time of coming to their motherland, Africa. Not just coming to Africa, but coming all the way to Ile Ife, the land of origin, the land of their ancestors, okay, the land of their history. So he said that he has been hearing about the Yoruba kingdom, the Oyo Empire, the Oshun, and everything. And of course, don't forget that in South Carolina, they actually have the Oshun status there. Yes, they have the Oshun status, they have the Orumila, they have different deity right there in South Carolina, even though they have never been to Nigeria or been to Africa all their entire life. It was based on the history that they learned, or that has been passed on from their ancestors to this very day. And of course, they have been, what they have been working on. And those people, bet me, trust me, my people, they speak Yoruba so well, so fluently. And these are people that does not know road to Africa, talk of even coming to Nigeria, but yet they can speak Yoruba so fluently. In fact, when I saw that documentary, I was like, wow, that how can this be? People that are in faraway land, to tell you that their ancestors did a very great job. Yes, they did a very powerful job there, because sometimes there are things you see or hear, it marvels you. And this one is just like, in fact, I don't even know how to explain this, because when I saw that documentary, I was marveled. I was wowed, because I was like, how can this be exactly just what they practice in Nigeria, in Osun State, is what they also do right there in South Carolina, even though they have never been to Africa. They speak Yoruba so well, the way they worship, the way they eulogize, the way they do their thing. In fact, there was a time Kabiyesi actually traveled to the UK. Yes, I think, yes, in the UK. And he was just there, the other people, the white people, were coming to him, having greetings, exchanging pleasantry, because of course, seeing him, most of them want to just come and pay homage, stuff like that, and some were just watching and all that. And there's this particular lady who walked up to Kabiyesi, greeting Kabiyesi, and along the line they got talking, and before you know, he started telling Kabiyesi how she had been in Osun State, that she stayed in Osun State for quite a couple of years before she went back to her country. And of course, Kabiyesi started asking some few questions, and you need to see the way this woman was responding fluently in Yoruba, like started eulogizing Kabiyesi with Yoruba. In fact, this language, this Yoruba, is something else. Like those who have come across, like those who have actually learnt the language, or who happens to be part of the culture, the tradition of the Yoruba people, when you see them, expressing joy in relating with the people. You see them, kind of bringing the best in them. And of course, this thing, in fact, each time I see things like this, it makes me feel so happy, and knowing fully well that people are there who actually love this culture and tradition of the Yoruba people. So now, back to the South Carolina. So there's a particular prince, somebody, okay, I've forgotten his name. I'm sorry, when I remember his name, I will still let you people know. Yes, I actually know the name before, but right now I've forgotten his name. Prince, I think Ade something. Yes, he's Ade something like that. I'm sorry for that. I'm really, really sorry that I'm not able to get his name. So they said this guy has actually visited Kabiyesi. Yes, he came to Nigeria and he visited Osun State, according to what I heard, that he just came briefly during the Olojo festival. He was not really captured because of the way everywhere was busy. Even Kabiyesi was so busy that I could not really have time with him, because, of course, it was a busy time for every one of them in Osun State. So, especially in Ile-Ife. So now, when they said this guy came, he was so happy. Like, this guy got so emotional when he saw the richness of the culture, when he saw the richness of the tradition of the Yoruba people. He was like, he never knew that his people are like this, like they are so rich. But the question is, this is the time of social media. This is the time where people do their research, people go online to know their roots, to know like that. How come he's seeing this thing as if it's like making, like as if he's seeing it for the first time? But according to what they said, this man said, was that seeing in physical, like coming one-on-one, is what the reason why he got himself, like, got so emotional, because he has been watching all these things all these years on on the social media, okay, has been following up on social media, but coming right there in the soul of their origin, in the place of their ancestors, like the ancestral root, now was in fact something that got to him, and he was so super happy that he actually did. And guess what? They said this guy has promised that going forward he will be coming every year for this festival, because right now he has known his root. He has seen where all these things that their ancestors passed on to them, they have seen that these things were not just mere say, but he has come to step his legs on the ancestral soil and the ancestral root of his ancestors. So now, with the promise he has made, right now, they said Kabiyesi also was so very happy that, yes, the former king that was spied by the sister, used to come around to pay visit to the Ooni of Ife, like that, until that incident happened. But now he promised that he personally will be coming to the Olojo festival every year, because, and again, the Osun festival also, so that he will have to know, like, kind of, since he's the one representing the one in charge of the palace, the deities, and all that, all the Osuns and everything in South Carolina. This is the guy that said he's the one in charge. If you happens to be in that very South Carolina, he will be the one that will take you around, show you things around, show you stuff, tell you their history, tell you about what everything is meant for, and all that. So now he coming down to Africa, coming down to Nigeria, specifically Ile-Ife, that going back now, he will have more idea on how he will talk about the history. You just imagine, oh, the ancestors tried, oh. Let's see. I just my mind. I'm just like, wait a minute, wait a minute. That man that did that, that took all this artifact there, that established that place in South Carolina. In fact, that ancestor, they need to just give that man a big thumbs up for doing this for his people. Because honestly speaking, my people, it's not, these things are not common. Now, these are people and they successfully have been, passing this thing on from generation to generation up to today. The things, everything is still there. Like, in fact, that man tried. Whoever that man is, Omo, that ancestor is a great ancestor. Yes, he is a great, he or she, but mainly I know they are all he that they took there as slavery then. In fact, that man is a great man. Because when I watched that documentary, I was like, what? These people speak Yoruba very well. No. They are too much. That man is too much. So my correct people, in fact, they said this guy has promised that he's going to be coming back every year. And of course, that he's going to develop more on what they already had there in South Carolina. And they will make it big and make it look like a tourist center for others who happens to be in America and beyond, so that those that cannot come down to Nigeria, they will just enter South Carolina to go and relate with their ancestral root. So my correct people, this is what I came across, and I said I will come here and tell you people what I have heard. Thank you so much. God bless you. Till I come your way again, do have a beautiful day. Bye for now.